Just like hunger and thirst, mating is also a primary biological instinct. If we closely observe the mate selection process of an Asian koel bird, he would try to woo a female bird with a gift in his mouth. She refuses, he persuades her, and she finally agrees to mate with him. And she moves away with the fruit in her mouth. I want to better understand the dynamics involved in selecting or rejecting a male bird by a female bird. So I observed the love language spoken by a small bunch of fancy pigeons from my neighborhood. What seems interesting is that a single female bird is surrounded by a myriad of options and she is forced to select a single mate. More than the physical characteristics, it is the tactics played by the male bird scores heavily in her mate selection process. Chances are that a male would end up being rejected if he shows any of the characteristic traits of an intimidator or a player who swiftly changes his target female. Or versa, if he ends up being a swinger who targets a female who's already taken. To understand the nuances involved in selecting or rejecting a mate, let me take you to the life story of Oreo, who is this white bird with brown spots. He likes Millie, who is again a white skycutter with black spots. But Millie is also targeted by Brownie, who happens to be a bully. Brownie, who sits in the corner of the balcony, could sense a lot of competition in the environment, mainly with the arrival of newer male birds. Oreo seems to follow Millie everywhere. At this point, Oreo is joined by Brownie, his tough competitor. Millie escapes the high testosterone environment. Something about Oreo makes Millie fall for him. It could be either his unintimidating personality or it could be his long-term persuading capacity or it could be just any other thing. She seems to initiate the foreplay seem to be engrossed into each other, and nothing in the external world seemed to bother them anymore. While they are done exchanging their first act of love, he reaches there severely distressed. He sure must have felt lost to Oreo in getting the lady. At the same time, they must have been alerted by his imposing mood. Both Brownie and Oreo does not seem to give up, and they moved out to a space free of intruders to make out more intensely. But their time together is not going to last for too long. A new form of challenge awaits them, and it seems to be in the form of the grey color satinette. Let's name him Ash. Be done with their mating business while Ash has reached them just to intrude. Seems Ash is too late cause Millie is already taken. Nature didn't take much time to bestow Ash with a new female in the vicinity. Having witnessed one successful partnership with mutual consent, I wanted to witness some more type of partnerships. Let's get back to the story of Brownie. He seems to be a bit disappointed in losing to one female, but he learned to move on. Brownie is now accepted by a newly matured female. The female initiates an equivalent of foreplay. The two of them mated together for a couple of times. The story ends here with Brownie finding a potential mate in the new female. If I have to derive a key takeaway from this closed group of fancy birds, it is that Brownie is no more a bully, mainly because he is tamed well after the first mating failure, and he seems to be happily defeated by a new bully who's yet to be tamed. So, the cornerstone is left unoccupied every time an alpha male witnesses a female that he could fall for and invest his efforts and energy.